I'm done! I'm done!
Don't leave us!
Hi!
The man who left his family that cold Tuesday night had no idea his wife was about to sign a deal worth more money than he'd ever see in 10 lifetimes. But we're getting ahead of ourselves. Let's go back to the moment everything changed. The hospital room smelled like cleaning spray and sadness. Sara Bennett sat in a hard plastic chair next to her little girl's bed. 8-year-old Lily lay so still, her small chest moving up and down like a tiny bird breathing. Machines beeped softly in the dark. Sarah's husband, Marcus, stood near the door. He wasn't looking at Lily. He was staring at his phone, his face lit up by the screen. "Marcus," Sara whispered. "The doctor said she needs more medicine on Wednesday. The strong kind." Marcus shoved his phone into his jacket. "We can't keep throwing money into a hole," he said quietly. Sara froze. "What did you just say?" He looked up, eyes cold. "You heard me. Your little building company is dying. Our daughter is—" He paused. "She's not my problem anymore. She's yours." Sara felt like she'd been punched. Marcus grabbed his coat. "I'm done playing this sad game. Some people are meant for bigger things, Sara. You're just not one of them." And then he walked out. The door clicked shut. That tiny sound felt louder than thunder. Sara sat frozen. A nurse peeked in, saw her face, and quietly backed away. Later, Sara would hear the whispers. The husband left, just walked out and never came back. When the sun came up, Sara drove home. Bills covered the kitchen table, final notices, red letters. One envelope made her hands shake. Eviction notice. 30 days to leave. Then, 2 weeks later, came divorce papers. Marcus was giving up his rights as Lily's father. As if that wasn't enough, his social media exploded with photos of him on a yacht beside Victoria Chase, the billionaire's daughter. "New beginnings with my queen," the caption said. At work, whispers followed Sara like shadows. "Isn't that Sarah's husband?" "Yeah, he traded up." Poor Sara, left with a sick kid. But Sara didn't break. She smiled and said she was fine. At night, she sat beside Lily's hospital bed, holding her hand. "Where's Daddy?" Lily asked softly. "Daddy had to go away for work," Sara whispered. "Will we be okay, Mommy?" Sara kissed her forehead. "We'll be better than okay. I promise." Rain tapped against the window. Somewhere, Marcus raised his glass of champagne. He thought he was winning. He had no idea what was coming. 7 months crawled by. Sara barely slept. Her company was dying, her daughter was sick, and her hope was fading. Then, one Thursday morning, a thick white envelope arrived. When she opened it, her heart stopped. It was from Chase Development Corporation, the biggest building company in the state. They were looking for someone to join a $500 million project downtown. Her hands shook as she read. Big firms would compete for this, but she decided she'd try anyway. For Lily. That night, Sara sat at her flickering kitchen table, surrounded by papers, drawings, and cold coffee. She worked all night, because she had to. The next morning, she stared up at the Chase Tower. Glass, marble, and power. She walked in clutching her folder, heart pounding. Her cheap shoes echoed on the floor. Her phone rang. The hospital. "Mrs. Bennett," said the voice. "Your payment plan expired. We'll have to stop Lily's treatments." Sara's breath hitched. "Please, just give me a few more days." Before she could finish, the meeting room door opened. A tall man with gray hair and kind eyes stepped out. James Chase, the founder himself. He saw her tears, but she wiped them fast. "Everything all right?" "Yes, sir," she said. "I'm ready." Inside, a dozen executives sat bored, half listening. Sara's voice trembled at first, but soon it grew steady. "I don't build buildings to show off," she said. "I build them for people, for families who will live, work, and dream inside them." When she finished, silence filled the room. Mr. Chase leaned forward. "Your company is small," he said, "but your vision is bigger than anyone else's." He looked around the table. "She gets the contract." Sara blinked. "Sir, you heard me," he said with a smile. Congratulations, Mrs. Bennett. Outside, Sara clutched the contract to her chest, tears of relief streaming down her face. She called the hospital. Continue Lily's treatments. Money isn't a problem anymore. That night, Sara cried for the first time in months, happy tears. We did it, sweetie, she whispered. We really did. Across the city, Marcus toasted with Victoria, thinking he had it all. But the woman he'd left behind had just signed a $500 million deal. 7 months passed like a dream. Sara's buildings rose into the skyline, shining symbols of hope. News outlets called her the woman who built success from ashes. Lily got stronger, her cheeks pink again, her laughter filling their new apartment. Then came a golden invitation. The Chase Development Annual Gala, celebrating the downtown project. Sara was the guest of honor. Mommy, you have to go, Lily begged. You deserve this. Sara smiled and agreed. That night, she wore a simple navy blue dress and tied her hair neatly. When she looked in the mirror, she barely recognized herself. The tired woman from the hospital was gone. The ballroom glittered with chandeliers and soft music. People turned and whispered, "That's her, the one who won the big contract." Mr. Chase greeted her warmly. "Sara, you've exceeded every expectation." But then Sara saw him. Marcus. He stood near the bar beside Victoria Chase, now wearing an engagement ring the size of a marble. Marcus's laughter stopped when his eyes met Sara's. His face drained of color. Victoria frowned. "Do you know her?" Marcus stammered. "She's nobody, just someone I used to work with." Sara stepped closer. "That's not true," she said calmly. "I'm his ex-wife, the one he left when our daughter was dying in the hospital." The music faded. The room froze. Victoria turned sharply. "Is that true?" Marcus stuttered. "She's exaggerating." Mr. Chase's voice boomed. "Answer the question." Marcus's silence said everything. Victoria's face went pale. "You lied to me?" Sara didn't gloat. "You should know what kind of man you're standing next to." She turned to leave, but Mr. Chase stopped her. "Whatever that man threw away," he said loudly, "the world needed." Applause broke out. The whole room clapped as Sara walked out with quiet grace. Behind her, Victoria ripped off the engagement ring and dropped it into Marcus's drink. "You disgust me." By morning, headlines exploded. Sara Bennett, the woman who won against all odds, and Marcus Bennett exposed at billionaire gala. Sara didn't read them. She had no interest in revenge. Her focus was Lily, her company, and peace. But Marcus wasn't finished. Pride drove him to his next mistake. 3 weeks later, a man in a gray suit delivered papers to Sara's office. Marcus was suing her. He claimed she defamed him at the gala, costing him millions in reputation damage. He wanted $2 million. Her assistant gasped. "What are you going to do?" Sara's jaw tightened. "We're going to court." The courthouse buzzed with reporters. Inside, Marcus strutted in a designer suit, pretending confidence. Sara sat quietly beside her lawyer, Mrs. Patterson, wearing a simple gray suit and Lily's bracelet on her wrist. Marcus's lawyer painted him as a victim, a man destroyed by a bitter ex-wife. Marcus even cried fake tears. Then it was Sara's turn. Mrs. Patterson approached the judge's bench with evidence cold, undeniable truth. First, the divorce papers Marcus had filed while Lily was in the hospital. Then, the document where he signed away his parental rights. Next, hospital bills with his name on them unpaid. Then, bank records showing he drained their joint account 2 days before leaving. Gasps filled the room. Finally, Mrs. Patterson held up Marcus's text message. "Finally escaped that sinking ship. No more hospital bills draining my wallet. Time to live the good life." The courtroom went silent. The judge's face darkened. "Mr. Bennett," he said, "you willingly abandoned your sick child and stole from your family. This woman told the truth." Marcus tried to speak, but the judge slammed his gavel. "You are fined $100,000 for filing a false lawsuit. You remain permanently stripped of parental rights." You are unfit to be anyone's father. Cameras flashed as Sara walked out of court. A reporter asked, "Do you have anything to say?" Sara looked straight into the lens. The truth doesn't need permission to be true. Back home, Lily ran into her arms. "Is it really over, Mommy?" "Yes, baby," Sara said softly. "It's finally over." That night, she read Lily's favorite story, the one about the princess who saved herself. "Mom," Lily whispered, "are you the princess?" Sara smiled. "We both are." Across town, Marcus sat alone in a dark apartment, scrolling through photos of the life he'd destroyed. Every picture was a wound. Meanwhile, Sara and Lily made pancakes at sunrise. "No more sad days," Lily said, giggling. Sara kissed her head. "You're absolutely right." The skyline gleamed with Sara's buildings, tall, hopeful, beautiful. Her phone buzzed with new offers and congratulations. But she ignored them for now. She poured 2 glasses of orange juice and sat by the window with Lily, watching the world she built. Marcus passed a newsstand that morning, Sara's face everywhere. People whispered. He kept walking, realizing he'd become invisible. Back home, Sara opened the window wide, letting sunlight flood in. Lily's laughter filled the room. Sara didn't win because she destroyed Marcus. She won because she healed, because she built something real, something no betrayal could touch. As the city shone outside her window, Sara whispered, "We made it." And this time she meant it. Hit that subscribe button right now. Your support helps us bring you more powerful, inspiring stories like Sara's. Stories about real strength, real courage, and real triumph. Like this video if Sara's journey moved you. If you've ever felt abandoned, overlooked, or counted out, this one's for you. Share this story with someone who needs to hear it. Someone who's fighting their own battle right now. Someone who needs to know that broken beginnings can lead to beautiful victories. Comment below. Have you ever had to rise from rock bottom? Have you ever been underestimated and proved everyone wrong? Share your story. We read every single comment, and your words might inspire someone else. Turn on notifications so you never miss our next story on Story That Save. Because tomorrow we've got another incredible journey to share with you. Remember, your struggle today is building your strength for tomorrow. Just like Sara, you're more powerful than you know. See you in the next one. Keep fighting. Keep rising. You've got this.